13-year pro, UC Davis Hall of Fame member, MLS Cup Champion, and USSF licensed coach Quincy Amarikwa here, and happy to present the Perfect Soccer Podcast, where your host, 7-year MLS and USL Pro Akeem O'Connor-Ward, goes one-on-one to get to know your favorite and aspiring pro players and coaches, both on and off the pitch. Today's episode is sponsored by PerfectSoccerSkills.com. Our $5 buy one get one free mini ball and our 10 size 5 balls for only $150 specials are both now available for purchase on our website. And for those of you interested in customized items, we've got you covered as well, with our custom designed jerseys and full uniforms starting as low as $25, and our custom designed soccer balls for you, your club, or school also starting as low as $25. Get all the info you need and place your order at PerfectSoccerSkills.com. If you have any specific soccer needs, special requests, or know someone perfect to be a guest on our podcast, please send an email to our support team at contact@PerfectSoccerSkills.com. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
All right. What's up, peeps? It's your boy, Akeem O'Connor-Ward, your Perfect Soccer Podcast host. We have a good one for you today. I would like to introduce an all-CCAA honors and team MVP at San Francisco State, a Perfect Soccer ambassador, we love that, a former River Plate player, a former Toluca player, and most recently, a USL W Western Conference runner-up and Player of the Month for Stockton Cargo. Welcome, Vanessa Penun. Welcome.
Thanks for having me again.
Oh.
Round two.
It's good to have you back on. Yeah, but we'll just hop back into it. You were on episode 53. If I'm gonna say 53. I'm gonna go 53.
We can edit. Yeah, actual number later.
We can edit that, but I'm pretty sure it's episode 53. Back with our old host, Paul. And, you spoke about a lot of things in your past, and I think it'd be good to remind the viewers, about your past and kind of how you grew up playing soccer and how that went. So, kind of, what's your earliest memory of playing and what age and stuff like that?
I started pretty early. I was one of those that started school super early. I was one of the young ones that graduated. So I started, I think, when I was like 3.5, 4. My mom really pushed to get me on a team. She was actually my first coach. No parent really wanted to step up, so she didn't know anything about soccer. She played basketball in high school, so she didn't really know. She was just like, sure. I mean, how hard could it be, right? 3-year-olds. So that's my earliest memory. Was my mom playing or my mom coaching me. And then from there, I honestly did every sport. She realized really quickly that I was athletic and that I was more into sports. My sister is musician and more in the performing arts. She plays any instrument you can throw at her. And she got sick. Yeah. So not my talent at all, but that's all her. So I did wrestling, I did volleyball, basketball, growing up. And then once it started getting a lot more competitive, so where it was I had to pick one, I really, really wanted to play soccer all the time. I always fell in love with it. So started playing competitively on a club team, made a lot of friends that way, and just loved it ever since. That was, yeah.
I love that. This is a soccer podcast, but we cannot skip over. I just heard wrestling. Is it only that correctly?
I did wrestling with
How did we just we pulled up to a wrestling match? I want to do this.
no, so no, my cousin, my older cousin, he did wrestling
Yeah.
all through high school, junior high, high school. He was really good. And he would babysit me. He would pick me up from school and stuff. And so we'd be at home and he thought it was fun to wrestle me. And then when it came up at school, the teachers would tell all the kids, this sport's coming up. If you want to sign up, talk to your parents. So I remember going home and being like, Mom, let me try it. And she was very just like, you want to do what? What that is, right? And I'd go to my cousin's matches, so I knew. And so, yeah, I did it for 5th and 6th grade. When I went into middle school, 7th grade, the boys got a lot stronger. That little summer jump right there was crazy. And
You really hit hard. And you're like, well, where?
yeah, and so I did it for a little bit, but I remember specifically there was a match that I got into a chokehold, and my mom, I just remember like seeing my mom because I kind of panicked, and she freaked out. She's like, "Nope, that's it. We're done. We're never doing this again. You're done. You're done. You had your time. It's not for you." So
She saw the fear in your eyes. You're looking over, looking for help, and you're not getting any help with that right
yeah,
now.
I was kind of, because in that moment you're just like stuck in that position. And yeah, I just remember her panicking. I cried because I lost the match, not because I was hurt in any way. So, and she thought it was more of like a fearful thing. So, it was just it wasn't in my cards, so it's fine. But it's
I respect your mom for letting you do that because, like, with me, my mom was like, "No, you can't even play American football until you're in high school." And I was like, "Dude, just like what? Like, it's not that deep." Like,
yeah, I
yeah,
did flag football, but that was just like for fun, with little summer camp things. But yeah, just kind of got thrown into any sport you could think of. So that's
and then I guess what age did you start? I guess taking soccer like seriously. I feel like in America, like everyone does, or a decent amount of people who are athletic can do like every sport, and then they're like your parents are like, "Hey, pick one." Like
yeah, you have to.
in a situation. So what was that for you?
For me, it was kinda coming out of junior high, going into high school. I had a lot of friends that started playing club earlier than I did. I was playing more of indoor soccer here in Fresno, at the same Fresno indoor that's been here since I was little, but yeah, I started off there. There was, a guy there named Jonathan Petty. He was, at the time, I believe, director or one of the coaches for a club called Bullard FC, and that was while ago. That's like a first club I think that was kinda around Fresno. So that's when I started, and it was going into high school. I still kinda wanted to do more sports, but I realized there was like, things were overlapping, and my dad was like, "You need to pick," because club soccer is expensive in this state. Like, yeah, you pay a hefty
The data play system is lovely.
yeah, so it was, I mean, with that, it was at the time, I didn't realize that. Obviously, I'm a kid, I didn't know, like, about the money side of it, but he sat me down and kinda, like, broke it down to me, what was being spent, what was being taken into consideration, everything. I was like, "Okay, I need to focus in on soccer," and so I would say freshman year of high school, um, almost going into sophomore years when I got into a club team and just devoted strictly soccer.
That's cool. Do you think that like I guess the financial aspect of like, your dad talking to you about it and stuff like, do you think that played a part in your process of like the college recruitment process and like thinking about college or y-
Yeah, no, it definitely did because, scholarship was very important. It was, for me and my sister, like I said, she did the music thing, I did soccer thing, and so college, we knew that, money was gonna be involved. We knew that we had to be at our best and get the good grades and do all that kinda stuff, and at the end of the day, I went to Fresno City College, and that was probably, the best thing I could have done. I would say that experience and that program pushed me to be the player at the professional level. Just with the amount of fitness, the amount of, like yeah, no, I'm, like, thinking about that, and
oh OD runs. Yeah.
yeah. No, it was different fitness, and, the head coach, he's still there, Oliver Jamon, he pushed me, not only on the field, but also academically, to be able to move on past that 2 years, at a JC, because a lot of the times, I don't wanna say a lot, but you find players that do the 2 years at a JC, and they don't look at the following 2 years, like what can happen and where you can go from there. Um, so he really pushed me in that way, and I always tell him, like, I always message him and check in on him. I'm just like, "I should remind you, you're, like, a main reason why I went pro."
How was that?
Yeah.
Uh, Side note, did you hear about how now you can go like 4 years after going to JUCO now?
Yes, I have heard that. Like, nice. How you guys now you guys wanna do that. That's
It's
cool.
funny. Just same with the NIL stuff. I'm like, yo, I was too early. They put me up billboards. They had me over doing pictures and stuff for $0.
Right? And now you can yeah. No, I know. It's crazy. And now I'm, like, grooming my niece. I'm like, "Hey, you're gonna place Penuna."
There, I have to pro. I promise you, I don't have to go pro. Just get your education. You get paid there, and you'll be good. Trust.
Exactly, exactly.
Like,
Get deals, just just go that way out. So
Oh, man, and then I guess the jump was to San Francisco State. How was, what's that? 'Cause I remember you mentioning in the past episode that, Fresno State is that's where you're from, Fresno, so you were at home, so that's different. It's different. You're not on you have to fend for yourself. You have to there's no calling mom, going seeing her right quick, you know?
yeah, no, it was the first time out of the house, so that was definitely a transition. I had a reality check real quick as far as time management, as far as just freedom in general. I was like, "Oh, this is like I need to take a step back." But it was definitely a great experience. I think leaving the house again shaped me to be the person and the player that I became. Um, just with the responsibilities. Like I knew I had to stay fit. I knew that I had to do my academics. Like there's soccer, yes, and there's life outside of soccer where you have to do everything right. You have to stretch, you have to eat right, you have to do all that stuff. So I think it shaped me in that way. And mom wasn't there telling me, you have your shin guards, right? You have your cleats, you have your socks, yeah, all the stuff you need, right? So there was a couple slip ups where I would forget things or just calling her and being like, what should I do? So I don't know how to help you. I'm there. So
Literally, I cannot help you at this moment.
yeah, so that was definitely a transition, but it was an awesome experience being in San Francisco and living there. I loved it.
Uh, 'Cause I played out in Oakland, so I was in San Francisco a lot. It was like, yes.
Well, Bay Area, you can't complain. I don't care what anybody says.
I know, I've told people this before. I'll stand by, playing in Oakland was one of my favorite things. The Bay Area was just a vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
It is. It really is.
so I know Paul asked this, but maybe your answer has changed now, to in the past. It's like, when do you think had an idea, I can be a pro? Like, this is it for me. I see the competition around me, I'm not far off. I'm actually better than them. When did that kind of, that switch kind of in your head?
Um, when we played spring season and we played against, then we played against we played against Cal, I believe, and I don't remember if it was, USF or UCSF or something like that. The Division 1 that's out
UCF? That one?
there. UCF, like
Central Florida?
no, 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 in San Francisco. Um, University.
Yeah, USF.
US. Okay, I don't know why it sounded weird when I said it, but yes, we played against those teams and their Division 1 teams. And some of the girls were in their spring season about to graduate and then leave to go pro. I noticed the competition. I was just like, okay, like I'm not too far off. I knew there was a lot that I had to work on. I wasn't right away like, oh, I can go play pro. Like I humbled myself quickly and I was just like, no, I need to get this right. I need to get my left foot right. I need to get my vision right. So I did a lot of work as far as that. I started doing a lot of connecting and a lot of talking to people that have been through it. And here in Fresno, specifically, there was a girl who had went and played pro, Anissa, and I reached out to her and I was just like, hey, my years at college are almost done. I just kind of want to see how you did it or what your path was. I know not everyone's is the same, but kind of where should I start? And she gave me really good advice, just as far as training and gave me some connections here in Fresno to continue training and stuff like that. And um, yeah, I mean, from there, I just started grinding, put my head down, started grinding, making those connections, and out came River Plate from this all. And I was just like, Argentina. I was like, what? I mean, I knew River Plate, I knew Boca. Ever would I have ever thought that I would be going to Argentina, not even for, like, vacation, it was never on my radar. Um,
That's
yeah.
no, I'm jealous. We're gonna say that from the jump. We're gonna put that out there for sure. So yeah, let's talk about that, because I know you mentioned even before that it was you went to Puerto Rico, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, I went to Puerto Rico for a little bit, played on a team or trained with a team called Puerto Rico Soul. Uh, they I had a friend there, her name's Christina Holguin, she's actually playing at Juarez right now as a goalkeeper. She was out there in Puerto Rico, as well, and she was the one that kinda gave me that connection. It's like, "Hey, like, come try it out." And we played together at SF State. So, yeah, so she made that jump first, and then when I went, I was just like, "Oh, this is cool," and stuff. They were actually finishing their season, so I went towards the end of it, and it was like, "Hey, like, okay, if you're available for next season or for this upcoming season, like, we would love to have you come back." And then that was kinda in that middle stage where Argentina came up, and it was, "You need to get your passport." "Oh, can you leave in a week?" And I was like, yeah, sure." Me and my mom went to San Francisco. I think it was 2 days before my flight. I was able to get an appointment at San Francisco, for the passports. They don't do this anymore where you can get them same day. I don't
Yeah, I was literally was like, yeah, God willing, that doesn't happen anymore.
animal yeah, no, I don't yeah, all in God's favor because he allowed me to do that. I went same day. We got there at maybe noon because I've got the appointment, found out, went, did everything. We walked around San Francisco. They called me and it was gonna close in like 30 minutes. You have to come get it now or else you're gonna have to get it tomorrow. I was like,
Crazy. Like always.
it's in the area. Yeah, we stayed around the area, went, got it. On the drive home, I'm like looking at it. Never had a passport. I was like, "Oh, this is."
You're like, this is cool now. I have to go like to Argentina now. Like, wow.
Yeah. So as soon as I got it, I had to take a picture of it. I had to send it to the club, send it to my agents. They got my flight, and I was out.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy. So
I didn't really have the time to like process it or to decide or not really decide because I already made the decision to go, but have that anxiety of like, oh my God, I'm leaving. It was very quick of like, have to say bye to my friends, family. I'll be back. I'll see you guys. Watch me on TV. Okay, bye. I gotta go.
so from a, like a reflection standpoint, sometimes for me personally, it takes like something cool will happen, and I'll like something like, "Yo, this is cool that happened." I'm in it, and like I can't realize it's cool that's happening. So you
Yeah.
had that time to reflect and be like, "Yeah, that was like kind of hella risky. Like so many things could have went wrong here for this to not work out." Like,
Yeah.
so like, have you had time to like reflect on that and like, look back on it and
Yeah. I think at the time when I was there and everything was just, it happened all so fast. But once I got there and I was laying down, I remember the first day I landed, I was there, didn't have Wi Fi, couldn't even be on my phone. I was just like sitting and just like,
man,
wow, like, thank you God for getting me here safely, first off. Thank you God that I'm, like, in a bed, I have a roof over my head, all of that. Once I got Wi-Fi and I was able to call my family, it was just like it did settle in just, like, how far I was, um, but also, like, ho just how blessed I was too, because to see the joy on my parents' face as well as, like, on my family's face, just, that I made it to that point. They all knew that it was a goal of mine to play, and they were just so happy for me. It was awesome.
no, that's so sick. Like, honestly, way braver than me. Just putting that out there, because
Yeah, like I said, I did not have time really to, like, think about it in a way where it was, like, have that fear, have that anxiety, have that it was all of, like, "I have to do this, I have to get my passport, I have to pack, I have to find out where I'm going, how do I get this money, how" like, there was just a lot of different levels to it, um, but once I got there and then it was like, "Oh, damn, I'm, like, really far from my parents." It's a 15-hour flight. I need him.
hours.
Mhm, I had a layover. Oh,
What we have a time difference.
the time difference. I remember I was going to sleep and my mom would text me, "Good morning." That's so I think it was like a 8, 9 hours. It was a big difference.
That's wow. That
They would set they're real ones though. They would set alarms at like 2, 3 in the morning to watch games. They're getting up and watching them. So yeah,
hey,
it's correct.
that's love and respect, honestly,
Yeah.
man. So, do you remember your first game and first goal as a pro?
Oh man, do I remember my first game in goal? I think I do. I think I remember my first game, um, playing at River Plate, just Ubering to the field alone, when we showing up to the stadium, River Plate Stadium, people being outside, of it packed, and they had like security barricades on the side and just people screaming. And I was just like, in the US, you don't see that. You don't see that type of stuff at all. And I was just like, culture shock almost. People asking for signatures. I'd never signed anything. I was just like writing my name, just a signature. I think I just put like Vanessa or something. Oh, last name, yeah. But like my first goal, I do remember just when I scored, the first thing that I thought was thank you, God, first and foremost. But second, did my parents see that?
Please let Mother Dust do this.
See that because all of their hard work, I hope they saw that in me and like me showcasing that because the sacrifices, the traveling, the time put into it, the occasions that we missed. It was just a lot of sacrifice, not just myself, but like on my family side. And I think for me, that was every time I play and every time I score or something like that, it's definitely brings me back to like it was all worth it. It was all the sacrifice was worth it.
Nah, I respect that. That definitely resonates with me. So I understand what you're saying. That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so Argentina was a culture shock. So how was it when how did you make your way to Toluca and Mexico, and then kind of between Argentina and Mexico?
Yeah, so when I was in Argentina, I had connected I was playing with a girl named Jordan O'Brien, out there, and from there, when I had left Argentina, I was kind of in like "Okay, where do I go now?" And I had agents when I went to Argentina, but, it didn't end up working out, so leaving Argentina, I was free agent, didn't really have anybody representing, and I didn't know what steps to take after that. I kinda wasn't prepared for that. I had my film together, so I'm just like a player sitting here with film, with the res and like, "Oh, what do I do now?" So Jordan actually played in the NWSL with Orlando Pride, so I reached out to her, and I was just like, again, mentoring, just what do I do now? She got me connected with an agent. His name is Carlos. I'm currently with him now, under BLE, and he got me some trials out there in Mexico. I went on trial for 3 different clubs. Toluca was my third club that I went on, and yeah, I mean the 3 trials were within a year span, so it was all within 2022, I believe. Yeah, because I came back from Argentina in 2021.
Mm.
So in 2022, at the beginning of the year, I went to one club. Then the middle of the year, I went to another club. By towards the end of the year, I was just in a state of like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to play anymore. After that second trial, I came back home and I told my parents, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to play soccer anymore. I don't love it anymore. I just like was in shambles and they're just like, "Okay, like, it's okay, like, we'll figure it out." And so, like, a week without touching a ball, without going to the gym, and I was just mad. I just remember being so angry.
She on that.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, let's at least go to the gym." So I went to the gym, and I was just like, "Oh, I miss going to the gym." Like, that releases, like, the anxiety. It makes you feel better. So I started doing that, and then, um, I think I started playing indoors. Somebody asked me to play, and then I was just, like, having fun with that, and I was just like, I'm not done."
Absolute comfort. You're like, yeah.
I couldn't fake it to myself. I needed to train. I needed to go shoot, to do my own, like, training by myself and stuff. So, I started doing that again. I never told my agent, that I was done. I was just kind of like
That's actually such a smart move, though. He's like, I'm sort of like, and we're
like, "Let me just hold on to it for a little bit." I was giving it some time. My parents talked to me. When they talked to me, they're like, give it a couple weeks, like, see how you feel." And right away, after the second week, like, when I told them, I was just like they knew. They're like, "Well, duh, we knew that already. Before you even told us, we knew you were gonna do it."
I love that.
So, yeah, so my agent came back and told me, "Hey, there's this trial at Toluca, but unfortunately, you would have to pay your way." And I was like, "Okay, like, it is what it is." I've been working. I've been saving up for this possibility because he told me that, there is a possibility with some clubs there that they'll have you pay for your way and then they'll reimburse you if you make the team. And then some clubs will have you come in, they'll house you, but you have to pay for your food. So I was like, okay, I have the money to do it. So I stayed in a hotel like right there by the field, and paid for my flight. And when I went to the trial and I was there at Toluca, it felt familiar, if that makes sense. Like, I got there and I felt, like, immediately, like, "Okay, this is kinda where God has me placed at this moment. I don't know why yet, but let's see how this trial goes. Let's see how this week goes." Because I was very, very pessimistic. I was no longer that light.
Wow, to expect 2 trials within, like, a year? Like, yeah, you invited me, I would've been, yeah, that's it for me.
Rough. So I was just like, like, let me just have fun while I'm here. And I think that was the most important part, is that I went back to that 5-year-old, 6-year-old playing soccer and enjoying the game, rather than putting so much stress on myself to like perform well, do well, make sure the coaches were like looking when I did something like that. It was just that ate me up when going through those first 2 trials. So that Toluca trial definitely was more of like a fun, free playing, just bringing myself back into it, and landed me a spot on the team. So worked out.
Nah, just I'm getting a lot of resilience because there's a lot of people, that would have stopped after trial 1, let alone trial 2, let alone go home and, work. And then, at that point as a free agent, you have to keep yourself fit, and then you have to keep yourself in a good mental spot as well, And so, these are not easy things to do, and then to go on the trial and then perform, do well, and earn a contract. So, nah, big, big, big kudos to you because I know a lot of people who can't do that. Don't do that. So,
Enjoy learning what it takes to become a better player from professional soccer players? Well, how would you like to work with professional players one-on-one? Now you can with Be Pro by Perfect Soccer. Head over to perfectsoccerskills.com/BEPRO to apply to work with our network of pro players today.
comparing the two leagues, like, what do you think are kind of differences and similarities between playing in Argentina and then playing in Mexico?
I think Argentina was very technical, very futsal based, a lot of tiki taka, not as much of the physical side. Uh, Whereas in Mexico, you kind of had all of it. There's a lot more physical, there's a lot more um, running and everything like that. But and the technical was up there, but I would just say Argentina, as far as technical, was at a higher bar, with younger players.
Gosh.
It's almost like they grew up playing futsal. They're in futsal shoes all the time, and stuff like that. So the way they trapped the ball, the way that they like knew how to touch the ball in certain ways, it very much so gave futsal. And in Mexico, it was a lot more physical, and just find it long sometimes. It kinda depended on games and scenarios, but a lot more film, a lot more analyzing and stuff and that kinda nature.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And now we found you back, back in the States. And so how was your yeah, you found the place. Well, you were just you were gone for a minute. A hot minute. Uh so you're able to play out in the USL W league with Stockton. How was that experience, um especially from going from two different complete cultures, coming back to America and the women's game growing. Um very quickly, which is great. And how did you, um, yeah, how was that league, and how did you, how did that work and everything like that?
Yeah, so same actually same connection. So Jordan, I reached out to her.
Yo, is Jordan your agent? Joe,
This one is she should be. I need to talk to her about a little percentage there. Yeah, no, so I actually had reached out to her, just kinda catching up, like, "Wait, what are you doing? Like, how are things been?" Stuff like that. And, she told me like, "Oh, I'm good, I'm thinking about playing on this team in Stockton, blah, blah, blah. You should, like, actually, like, you should reach out and see, like, what they say." So, I got connected with the coach, Merrick. He gave me a call before, like, the season at all. I think it was, for like March, middle of March when he called me. And that's not typical for a summer league team to a coach to call you. So when he called, I was just like, "Oh, hey, yeah, Jordan gave me your number. Like, I wanted to see kind of what you guys were about, and like maybe it's a fit for me, maybe not. I don't know." And so when he started talking right away, I knew it was going to be different because he saw the vision of the younger players and older players coming together and both of us learning. Us older players learning how to be leaders on the field and be a voice, and then the younger players obviously learning from us that have gone through the game. And between me, Jordan playing in the NWSL, Jamia Fields was on the team, played NWSL. Um, Hannah, she also played NWSL. Haley, she played in Philippines. So there was a good mix of players that played professionally. And that, I mean, when he gave me a call, he was just like, "This is kind of what I'm trying to build, and this is my vision for the team. You coming in and being an established player to help these girls grow, but also get what you need out of it at the same time. Set that bar high, have these girls come in and be at that bar with you." So right away, I was just like, "Okay, this sounds cool. Like this sounds."
So you piqued my interest.
Yeah. So he was like, "Think about it." He didn't pressure me at all. He's like, "Think about it. Let me know." Stockton is like 2 hours away. And he asked me right away, like, "Would you need to be housed?" I was like, "Yeah, that would, I mean, be ideal." I have an that lives in Oakland, but again, that's, I mean, maybe like an hour and a half drive. So I was like, if I could be housed, that would be cool. So followed up with him like a couple weeks later, and he's just like, "Yeah, we got you housing. If you're in, tell me now." And like, I got you. I
Wow.
was like, "I'm in." Like, I hadn't heard anything from any other clubs. I connected with my agent, told him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, you should do it. Get some film, like get playing again." Because I had been sitting for about a year,
Mm.
not playing, just training, and so didn't really have current film. And so yeah, I mean, from there, moved out there, and from the first training, I knew that it was gonna be a high level and that we were just gonna get better. Like, if that was the first training and that was this bar that was already set, and he
Yeah.
had mentioned there was 4 or 5 players that hadn't been there yet, but they were coming in from all over New Mexico, University of Virginia. We had a bunch of really, really quality players that came in. I was just like, "Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna have a good summer."
I Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about when they say, "Oh, yeah, this is it." And we're adding pieces like, "Oh, wait, okay, like, this is standards okay, the standards only gonna rise." So that sounds like a really good experience.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
definitely was.
So currently a free agent,
Mhm.
working on that. So you have film now, which is good. Maybe time to give Jordan a call again because I think she can orchestrate something once more.
On it it's whenever I message her, something comes up, so I need to you made me roll up that, so I'm right on been working out.
As for Jordan's has been like 95% of this conversation. Yeah, Jordan did this. Like, yeah, bro. Jordan is it's all about genuine connections also, like
It really is,
she
and
needs to
she's
be helping you to
such
see what
a
you're a good person. So
yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. She's such a great person, just such a humble person. I mean, when I was going out to Argentina and I found out she was also gonna be going out there, I did my stalking. I was just like, "Who's this girl?" And I'm looking, I was just like, "Oh my god, she had all these followers. She's verified on Instagram." I'm over here with, like, maybe 500 followers. I'm verified. 20 likes a post, and she's, like, thousands, getting hella views. I was just like,
yeah.
I'm scared. Like, just it was, like, an overwhelming, like, excitement, but just, like, also a fear, just like, "Oh, she didn't come in and just, like, be like, 'Who are these people?'" But no, when she came, she was super warm and, like, just an amazing person to, like, connect with and just very open about everything, and she was just so willing to show me and teach me everything. And, like, I was nervous to ask her questions, and she would say, like, "Just ask me anything." And I remember we lived together in Argentina, and I remember sitting down with her and just asking her about everything, like how soccer was, like how do I manage like social media stuff. She showed me how to change my profile to like a public one, like a public figure thing, an athlete. She showed me all of that, and she was just like, "This is how you get verified in this." Like, she gave me a one-on-one class, and I swear I need to pay her. I need to give her a percentage for sure, because yeah, she just showed me so much, and I learned so much from her. And I tell her that all the time. When I was out in Stockton, we lived together out there, and I would always tell her, I'm like, "Dude, this is crazy, full circle." I'm like, "We're back here." I'm like, "We're playing together." Like, it was awesome. It was cool.
I want that literally sounds like the relationship that Quincy and I have.
Really?
Eh, I swear to you, because my rookie year is when I met him in 2019 when I was at DC, and I was a lost puppy, and just absolutely lost. This guy would just show me the ropes, and then we became teammates again, full circle, when we in Oakland, and bit more mature then, but it's like the same thing of like him showing me the ropes back then, and me being able to like, kind of have the conversation. Like, I'm not afraid to, ask those questions like I was in the beginning, like you were, stuff like that. And so that
Def
kind of the same type of relationship, which is really cool. Like, from what I'm hearing, she,
Yeah, and the women's game too, I think it's a little bit harder to ask those questions. You get intimidated, especially as a rookie coming in, into a professional environment, and just back office and the politics side of it. When that stuff starts to play a factor, and you just kind of don't know what to do, and you're just like you said, a lost puppy. Like you just feel like scared. And someone like that, Quincy, someone like, Jordan come in, and they're able to, like, guide you through that and give you that confidence. I think that's one thing that I took away from Jordan a lot of, was the confidence to speak out and speak up about being a professional athlete and what we deserve at the end of the day, because, yes, you guys are paying us to play, but we're also the ones on the field. We are also the ones that are putting our bodies on the line, at the end of the day, training and stuff like that. So, just kind of fighting for what we deserve, I think was a big thing she showed me, just to be a voice. So,
I
yeah.
love that. I, s- I I resonate with so much of that.
Yeah.
Um, I know I said 6:05. We're 5 minutes over. I got to do the 5 Quincy questions that are absolutely ridiculous. So I have 5 Quincy questions, and there's like two or three fun ones just to finish out because Quincy these questions have absolutely just destroyed me multiple times. So, all right, the first Quincy question is: what is the most important skill slash quality that has helped you become a successful pro?
Whoa. Um, the best skill and quality, I think humility. Uh, humility, in your game. Like I said, just never feeling like it's enough, like, always knowing that, like, you can get better, like, your left foot's good, but it can be better. Your first touch is good, but it can be better. I think humbling yourself to know that, like, you know, can always improve. I think that's
Sound about
important quality.
always willing to grow. Love that. No, I like that. Okay, the next one. What the biggest mistake pro players are making?
The biggest mistake pro players are making. Oof. Um, I think chasing the money. I think
Okay. Okay.
I think when it comes to, you have 3 teams, 3 deals on the table. One of them is everything that you have been praying for as far as quality and everything, but doesn't have the dollar sign you want, and you have the dollar sign you want, but not any of the quality and stuff you've been praying for. I feel like that can start getting, players in trouble, running and chasing the money, and kind of forgetting, like, your values sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, no, I think that's a new answer. I don't think I've heard anyone say that.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so no, that's so genuine and authentic. I love that. No, seriously, that's a really good answer. Um, yeah, that's a really good answer.
Cool.
Uh, of course. The next one would be, what advice would you give to a young player trying to go pro?
Um, I mean, on top of the 2 things I just mentioned, just being humble and, to keeping true to your morals and yourself. Um, I think never settling for a no. Like, I'm a walking testimony of how amount of times I've been told no, or the amount of times I've been ghosted from a team, the amount of times, like, like, all of that, it's about the belief you have in yourself at the end of the day, and if you put your mind to it, and if you're determined, it doesn't matter level wise, I mean, if you tell yourself you want to keep playing, I went and played W League with the summer team. And I had probably the best summer that I've ever had, like ever. And like, so just not taking no for an answer. Like, just continuing to grind, continuing to the first no, the second no, the 10th no. Like, just keep grinding because out of the 15, 16 no's, like, you're gonna get one that says yes at the end of the day. Like, you're gonna get someone that's gonna take that risk on you, gonna take that chance on you, especially if you're staying true to yourself and you're grinding and you're pushing and you're sending those emails and they see like they're like, let people get annoyed with you. Let people see your game on their email with film
No.
20 times. They're gonna watch it.
Wow. I don't that response right there makes me so excited for you because I know something great's gonna come. Because yeah, I just feel the energy. Well, yeah, she's not gonna, she's genuinely not gonna take a no, and there's nothing you can say about it. She's gonna pop up in the email. She's gonna do what she has to do.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's sick. Um, this is a hard one if I'm being honest. I can give you an example, but this is nothing. This could be soccer or not soccer. So this is like
Okay.
a full out there one, right?
Okay.
What is something most people think is true, but you believe isn't?
Yep, you need to give me
I was like, see, I was gonna say, do you really need? Okay, so I brought one of my boys on, and he's like, bro, I believe aliens are true. I'm like, bro, what? Like, what? Like, what kind of response is that? So, like, that's something. It
okay.
could be anything, like something that you believe is true that other people don't. I kind of agree with him. I come on, there's got to be something else out there.
Insane wrong. What do I think is true? Or what what do I think is true that other people think is false?
So yeah, what is something? Yeah, yeah. I says most people, but it could be it's you, it's you.
Yeah, most people think yeah. Um, it is kinda in with that alien, but I wanna make it a answer because I'm, like, thinking there's life on another planet. That's definitely, like, alien stuff. Um,
I use that example. I feel like that's such a far out there example, but I feel like that just paints the picture for the question that we can anything. You can give me anything.
literally anything. Oh my gosh. That is a hard one, though. Mm, how about I'll write it in the comments after this is posted
Stop. Oh my.
'cause I can't think of anything.
Okay. We'll go to the.
Yeah, let me
I can't let you off the hook because that was like a fun one. So
oh, yeah, let me come back to that one. I'll
okay,
come back to it.
because these are actually now we're going to serious stuff.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what is something you'd move forward with if you weren't scared of a bad outcome? Just everything again. We're just life.
Um, I honestly would open up my own coffee shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm like so Argentina actually got me into coffee. I never drank coffee before that.
Not mate.
No. Well, I tried it and I was like,
It tastes like dirt. It tastes like dirt.
well, it depends. You can, like, put sugar on it. The way that the girls would make it, like, they would throw, like, honey on top. They would put sugar on it. Yeah, Argentinians do it different. Over here, we think mate, we're just like, we have to have that one and just one type of herb. No, they did it different. They would mix stuff, make their own concoctions. And I tried a couple that were there's one that I tried, it was kind of, like, on the fruitier side, like a fruity tiki almost. And I was like, "Oh, that one's really good." I actually have, like, a little mate cup that I got when I was out there, uh, just kinda, like, sitting up, though, never use it, but, yeah, coffee shop, that's definitely one that I
Eh? Oh, I like that. No, I really like that. Personally, not the biggest coffee drinker because I just, you know,
not very well.
that's fair. Okay, we'll do the fun questions, and yeah, we gotta come back to it. I gotta give you. I'm giving you time. I'm trying to give you as much time as possible.
Okay, okay.
Actually, so we have 5 Quincy questions, and then there's a question I always ask, which is this is a pretty tough one. What are 2 things you're intensely loyal about?
2 things I'm intensely loyal about,
Mhm.
um, my faith in God. God comes first in everything. He's real, he's alive. Jesus is my savior. My God, that is one thing I am loyal to. Put a gun to my head, I'm still gonna say it. And the second thing that I am loyal to is my family, blood. Um, yeah, my family is it's not even just my parents and my sister, it's my cousins, my second cousin, my third cousins. Like if you're blood in any form, I am loyal to you 1000%.
No, that's I love that. So it reminds me of one of my good friends. Back in high school, he came up with the saying. He said GFS. I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Bro, God, family, soccer." I'm like, in that order. I'm like,
Literally.
you're right about that. You are 100% right about that."
Oh
Wow.
yeah, it's perfect.
All right. No, I agree with those answers. Okay. Fun questions and yeah, fun questions. All right. Simple one. Is it football or is it soccer?
It's football.
Okay. I like it. I like that.
Well,
I'm here for it. The only reason I say soccer is because brainwash from everyone around me, but it's football, my family, 100%.
yeah.
Um, okay, what makes you passionate about the game of soccer?
I think the creativity. You're able to be free. You're able to express yourself in ways that like it's just freedom. I was very shy growing up, and then when I'd be on the field and score and celebrate and stuff like that, my mom would be like, "Oh, like that was so fun, you did this," and she would tell me to sometimes like reenact what I did in front of family, and I'm like, "No, what's like no."
The next for the field only, okay?
And she'd be like, "You're so outgoing on the field." I'm like, "Yeah, because like that's I don't see anybody like once I'm playing, once the whistle goes, like I don't hear anybody. I don't hear like my mom screaming. So she's like, no, she's screaming because I can hear it back video, but I just like lock in and I feel like I'm in like a different world. So
Got you. I will totally judge you for this next answer, okay? I'm just letting you know after that. Messi or Ronaldo?
messy. Stop.
All your people from Argentina would have absolutely just gone after you instead of Ronaldo.
I'm like, hold on. You want me to die? No, yeah, messy, messy all day. Even before Argentina, that was yeah.
Okay, no, absolute respect.
So or
Um,
something like that.
favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat meal. That's not dessert or is
Oh, yeah, give me dessert and then meal then.
okay, dessert, definitely ice cream. Just
Okay,
but
then
it has to be like Oreo. Definitely Oreo. Or yeah.
cookie dough, cookies and cream?
Oh yeah, okay, I could do that too.
Okay,
I can
okay.
do that. And then cheat meal would be pizza. Pizza. Okay.
Oh, what kind of pizza?
Pepperoni. Just I mean, I'm simple.
I thought the pineapple was gonna just show up out of nowhere, so that's what I was hoping for.
I'll eat it if it's on it, but
Ah, just not wondering that, you know?
it's yeah, it's not like something like, "Oh, pineapple pizza." Yes. Just
Okay.
pepperoni. Yeah.
No, I'm a boring standard cheese guy, I won't even lie to you, so whatever. I'm I'm a standard cheese guy, that's
And you're gonna judge me?
like, I really shouldn't say anything, I really should say things.
I'm just
Alright, last one for the fun question. What's your favorite thing to do to unplug from soccer?
my favorite thing to do to unplug from soccer. I think discovering new music, new artists, different artists. I think that's something I sometimes go like down this rabbit hole of like artists on Apple Music and like I'll click on it or something or and I'm like, oh wow, I've never heard this song. And then I like go find the artist on Instagram or something. They have like 2,000 followers. I'm like, oh, gonna s- I know you're gonna come up big.
I found an undergrounder, I'm gonna make this person big, and when they get I called them at 2,000. Like,
Yeah, and that's I mean, there's an artist right now, her name's Madison Ryan Ward. She actually like I started listening to her when I was back in college, and she had a concert in Sacramento I went to, and then just recently she announced she's gonna go on tour, and she's gonna have another concert, and she was like, "I'm an independent artist, like, please repost this and stuff." So I reposted it, and she liked my story, and I was like fangirling. I was nice.
Madison Ryan, she got the same last name as me, what's up? Just let that I'd say.
Yeah, she
You found her at what number did you follow her at?
I don't remember when I started. Actually, I think I could find it, right? But you can find it on
I think you look you can click and see.
yeah, you can see on Instagram, now or something like that. But when she liked my me and my sister actually were the ones that first, like, went and, like, we found her when My sister went to San Jose State. She got a scholarship for band and doing music, and then I got mine at San Francisco for soccer. So, let me see. Oh man,
I don't.
I think it has to be like mutual.
They changed everything on Instagram every 10 minutes. It's honestly,
Really did. It's pretty obnoxious. But no, I remember her from SoundCloud. So
oh,
yeah, it's been
she
still.
absolute OG.
Yeah, she had some SoundCloud songs come out, and then she had an album, or she had a couple songs, and then she had an album. Yeah, so
Yeah, that was underground. Oh.
yeah, but yeah, listening, finding artists like that, finding music, finding stuff that that kind of stuff gets me like in a zen and a whole nother space. Love it. So
No, I vibe with that.
yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay. Should I let you off the hook or do you have something for me?
Oh, okay. You should definitely let me all.
Oh my God, what a cop.
Will give the best answer in the comments. Give me some time to think about it. That's what it is.
You have 24 hours.
20. Okay, perfect. Easy.
I feel like I got too much time now. You have 3 hours.
3. Okay, I could send it to you in 3 hours. No problem.
Cool, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that for sure. But that's literally all I have for you. I really appreciate your time. We went over a lot of it, not a little bit, a lot of it. So I appreciate it. This was dope. It was great having you on. Yeah. So
I appreciate it. It was fun. I had fun. This is always, I love watching. I always tell Quincy, I'm like, your videos are always popping up, which is always like looking.
he's spamming everyone with the videos now. I don't know. He's popping all people's feeds out of nowhere.
His Q&As. I'm like, I need to ask some questions, have some Quincy wisdom on my feed.
Oh man. But once again, appreciate you coming out. Remember to wait, your Instagram so people can follow you. What is your Instagram? Let us know so we can
See Penuna.
that'd be okay. That was quite simple. Okay, got it.
UNA. Stand up.
Sweet. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember to like, follow, subscribe. We'll catch you next week.
Quincy Amarikwa here, and thanks again for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share it with someone you feel will get some value from it. And if you could take a moment to leave a review of our podcast wherever you're listening and let us know who you'd like us to interview next, we'll get working on that right away. You can listen to this full episode and more at perfectsoccerskills.com/radio. That's perfectsoccerskills.com/RADIO. You can also enter to win free weekly soccer prizes, goals, balls, jerseys, player meet and greets, and more by heading over to perfectsoccerskills.com/PSTM to enter to win for free today.